talk to them. Just can't get nothing through. Maybe not meant for you to go to Samaria. Maybe meant for somebody else to go to Samaria. It may not meant for you to be the one that goes to rescue them. What I'm saying, it may be for somebody else to go and rescue them. But if we don't go, how are we going to rescue? As I pray many times, I thank God for the mercy He has upon me, upon the people, and upon the lost. Because I know it's only His mercy that's keeping most people out of the pits of hell. Keeping most people from being destroyed. Because if the devil could really have his hands on you like he wants to, as we said many times, would you have a home to go back to right now? Or whatever time that you left, it'd be destroyed. Your vehicle would be burned up. You'd have nothing. But thank God for His mercy. It's upon you, upon me. But there'll be persecutions, what he's saying. People are not going to understand. He goes on in depth and explains how even when you deliver the truth, it will cause division in families. It will cause people. I didn't come to bring peace. I come to divide, is what he said. I come to divide the truth lines, what he's saying. I come to bring forth what pure truth is. You either get on the true side or you don't get on the true side. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot go both ways. We either get on the good side and start following the perfected love and the true side and following God's side, or we're going to be on the bad side. We can't stagger the fence. You cannot get there on staggering the fence. There was a guy telling this joke about this one time, and he said, well, there was black and white, and then there was a fence in the middle. And he said those that was in the white were Jesus' people. Those in black were Satan's. And he said he was sitting on the fence. He was staggering the lines. He wouldn't give in. He wouldn't bow a knee to Jesus, but he wasn't such a bad guy either. So he felt he was a staggering the fence kind of guy. Well, Jesus came back after His people, and the white field was empty. They were all gone. Satan came back for his, and that guy's still sitting on the fence. And he said, well, I'm going to jump over here on this white side. He said, no, you don't understand. He said, what? He said, I'm not one of them. I wasn't on the black side. He said, I was sitting on the fence. I'm in the gray area. He said, no, you don't understand. You cannot serve two masters. He said, you're a part of me. You got to go with me. Come on. Today, how many people are staggering the fence? How many people are sitting upon the fence gate and not realizing that they're not stepping completely over into the white field and following the things of God, but they're not really saying that they're stepping into the black field? How many people today is in that kind of trouble? How many people today are clearly in the black fence and black area needs help to be brought out? Are we helping them to come out? Or is our problems and situations overwhelming us so much that we can't have any joy or peace or excitement or strength to realize the kingdom of heaven is at hand? Today, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. We've come together to worship God. And where two or three are, He's in the midst. But are we going forth and fulfilling what He wants us to do and where He wants us to do it and spread this good news? Or are we allowing our situations to take us out and what people may be said about us or done about us in the past or situations of the past to pull us down, to defeat us, when there ain't nothing we can do about the past? Paul says, forget those things behind and press toward the mark of the high calling of God. But today, I think that we need to be excited for the long suffering that He had for us. The perfected love that He has for us. That He has not gave up on us. He is still loving us greatly. And in turn, all He wants us to do is share that love with others. Then we get the goods from Him. How are you doing in sharing that love with others? Or are you letting others affect you? Which way is it going? Are we letting the other people, the other situations, pull us down that we are not looking to perfected love? We are not looking to the promises of God and not seeing what He wants us to do. Because there's a world out there dying right now. And there's people in here dying right now. And can we see that? And are we reaching out a hand to them to keep them from going under like a drowning victim going under? Or are we letting them drown? Because, there's a life ring over there, but, I'm kind of busy. I got an appointment. I need to get going. I'll be back. If you're still above, I'll throw that ring out to you. That's what the same thing is, the same scenario of life is, if we're not obeying what He wants us to do. And to reach out and help. But are we encouraged today? Or are we down? Are we not understanding it? You want to know why? Well, go on with me over to chapter 11. If you read this, he puts this in order for a reason. We're going to be beginning at verse 25. John the Baptist even is beginning of chapter 11. The man who baptized Jesus himself. And seeing the Spirit of God descend upon Jesus as a dove, and heard the voice of God come out and say, "This is my beloved Son in whom I'm well pleased." When John the Baptist was cast in prison, sent his disciples to Jesus to say, "Are you the Messiah, or do we expect another?" Now you tell me that he did not let the situations around him get to him. He didn't let others get to him. And what was going on around him get to him so much that he done forgot about 2-3 years beforehand what went on. Many people, like I was speaking to a sister the other night, I even said this myself, "Lord, if you just let me see an angel, I'll be wide open for you." Yeah, you will for about a week or two. We will. Because here's John the Baptist who's seen the power of God come down a mighty way. Even when Jesus come, he said, "I'm not worthy to do this. I'm not even worthy to unlatch your shoes. You are the man, there's no doubt." And then see the power of God come down, the Holy Ghost in the shape of a dove, and hear the voice of God speak out of heaven and say, "This is my Son." But then he questions and sends his disciples to say, "Are you the Messiah or not? Are you the one?" Jesus, if you recognize, did not answer. He didn't say, "Yep, I'm the one, send back and tell him." No, stand around and watch. And then you go back and tell him what you see. How that people are healed and delivered from sicknesses and bondages, and how demons are cast out, and how the gospel is preached to the poor. Just go back and show him what I do. And then let him make his judgment call. Do we have to wear a Jesus-only hat for people to recognize that we're Jesus's? Or are they recognizing by the trail that we leave behind us like Jesus did? That's what he's saying, that people should be able to recognize. If you're the salt of the world, that city that's on top of that mountain, that light, that's what they should be seeing. He promised us that in the Great Commission when he left. That we'll raise the dead. There'll be great things that will happen that will follow those who believe in me. Are we seeing those things manifest? Are we seeing those things happen that people do not have a question about the fruit you're bearing? Are they having a question today about believers in general? The church world in general. Salt trodden upon. Are they? And to think that God still loves us so much. And so long-suffering. He still loves us. But he wants us to see this world that same way. Why are we not getting? Why are we so heavy laden? Here it is. Matthew 11:25. And at that time Jesus answered and said, "I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, for so it is seemed good in thy sight. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father, neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him. Come unto me, all ye that are labored and of heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden